I'm gonna cook someone today who says he's willing to have the one-on-one conversation with me. So, can y'all tag Apollo? And me and Apollo gonna have a debate, and I'm gonna cook him wearing an MJ glove. I'm gonna cook you. I'm gonna cook you wearing a glove, bro. I'm gonna cook you wearing a glove. Hold on.
Yo, this nigga, there's no way you have a Mike Jack glove on me, brother.
Yeah, yeah, yo,
Hey, let me
yo.
share this to my bro. Let
Go
me
ahead.
share this to my folks, man. Oh
Go
my
ahead. Go
God.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me share this out. Hold up. Because
Me too.
everybody, look, I'm sharing this to every motherfucking group, and anybody wants to see this, this is crazy. I like it though.
Go.
Yo, my boy he got me in the background with the Mike Jack glove. I like it though. I like the effort.
Nah. All right, now the reason why I put you in the background for a second,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna take you off, just so people can see your name, they can tag you just in case. Because sometimes
That's
people don't. You
love,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
That's love, man. That's love. I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna be of. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Before anything goes to wherever it goes to, brother, because you and I look, because you and I are two black men, and I do believe in your hardest of hearts, you want prosperity amongst black men, right? But let me explain something. There's an
Go ahead.
approach to everything in life. And the way I have to deliver it to you is going to be harsh because sometimes we all have to learn lessons. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Look, I'm getting
I got you.
messages back that say I refuse to join and watch you cook him because, brother. So let's do this. Let's do this
Let's
in
go
front
ahead.
of all six people. Fuck it.
No, more gonna come up. It's gonna pop up. But let me take you off the back of the screen. All right. So now let's talk about it. So now I want you. You said you had an issue with me. Explain your issue, what it is with me, and then we can go from there.
Okay, so dance. I truly, in my hardest of hearts, right? I believe that you want black prosperity. I believe you want to. Your approach, your denouncing of black life as two black men, I'm gonna give it to you the way I talk in the street, right? There's always a onus, meaning you have a power, you have a platform, you have a mouth, you have things that you can actually do with everything you're doing. You literally have the power to do so, but you abuse and misuse your power. My problem with you is every time I see you, you doing a chuck and jive, brother. It's a chuck and jive, man. It's not because you sitting there speaking on down on degeneracy. It's about nigga, you literally have a Mike Jackson. Is this serious?
I'm real
Is this
serious. By the way, bro, I made this jacket from scratch.
bro? You know how many people would have bought your jacket if they could take you as a serious black man, bro?
I'm
No
about to
black
make
people
you
wants
take
to
me serious
support a
too.
black man who would sell to his people, but sell out his people. Straight up. Now, where's your rebuttal there? Because I'll tell you, look, yo, I'll give shock value right here. Look, I'll give shock value. I'm gonna cam up just so you can see the difference between you and me.
Go ahead.
Boom. Now, when people come in here, they're gonna see shock value. Look, you can see a brand. This doesn't make the man, but let's see. You made that jacket and it looks good, allegedly. Allegedly. This has always been my problem with you, Dance. You are misusing your blackness, brother. You are.
All right, so watch it, right? So, for the sake of the arguments, I'm Crip your blood. For the sake of the argument, right? Now I'm playing because red and blue. I'm playing with you. So now watch it, right? Here's the thing that I have an issue with a lot of black people. They can't decipher or understand that the message is not against all black people. My message is against the black people who are hurting our image, right? So, for example, I am tired of our kids being raised without a father in the home. I am also tired of the ratchet behavior. I'm tired of us owning that label of black women is ratchet. I don't like that because it's not true. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of
Hmm.
people that say this white girl acting ratchet, she acting black, I feel offended by that. Because that's not acting black, that's acting ratchet. I am also tired of people unaliving black life. And I'm saying right now, you can't unalive black life. And then when I call you out, other people defend that person who pulls the trigger but shun me for calling him out. I'm saying no because I am tired of black men being represented in a bad light. Now, people may say, Dance Maddox, your approach is different. At this time, we live in dire times when I have to approach it different because right now, me being nice, ain't getting nowhere. And I am also the product of my environment. So therefore, when I speak, give me grace because I have went through my homeboys being pew right in my face. Even more recent, up until 2 weeks ago. So I'm telling people, I live in the hood. And black people are great people, but we got to make sure that we pray to other people. But at the same exact time, in order for us to get that change, we have to take accountability and call out the ones that's hurting our image. But the thing is, a lot of people get mad at me for calling it out. But behind closed doors, they say, yes, Dan, you're doing the right job. So I'm saying, look, which one is it?
Okay. So again, it's not the message. I understand your message. I truly believe that that's your message. It's your delivery. It's what you're doing behind it. Because I'll tell you right now, the black struggle is not nothing to joke with. When people see you online and the character that you give out, dance man, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I'm a civilian, right? In my mind, I'm a civilian into America. But one thing I know, I am a black civilian, and the first thing I hear about this is saying, if I call something out, you know what I get hit with, and you don't?
What?
I get hit with, I have a victim mentality. You get hit with, you're right. And you know who you hear that from? White tea people. You know why? Because your delivery is not okay. It's not. And I'm going to tell you why. Because our struggle has never been anybody else's struggle, big bro. It's never been that. Never, not once. You, right now, you got that jacket on. How much would you charge for that jacket, bro? Real
A
talk.
stack, 1,000.
Right, you'll charge your people a stack, right? And then you'll still talk about the degeneracy. That same $1,000, you know, somebody don't even know what $1,000 is in our community, and that's not their fault. Now, you want to come with the onus? Malcolm, Martin, none of them ever even talked it the way you do. I am a Malcolm. I'm telling you right now, I can wear whatever I'm wearing on me, but you'll never ever see it as a staple because it's not the wear, it's the wearer. It's
So watch
not the
this.
message, it's the deliverer. You have
So
to
watch,
notice that with yourself.
so watch
What
this
up?
here, right? Being that I cost this thing cost 1,000 is because of the fabric cost and the maintenance it took for me to build this jacket. It's time plus fabric and travels, right? But
Right.
mind you, you'll buy a Dior not saying you per se, but buy a Dior t-shirt that's $900. That was made in the factory by
Fair
a
enough.
bunch
What makes you
by,
better though? What would make you
no, no,
better?
no, I'm saying something else. What I'm saying is these people who don't truly like black people still buy their product, regardless of the fact. How many people time we support Chinese people, right? Who don't really like black people, but we support Chinese people over and over. So my thing is when black people support me, I also give back to my community. That's how I support black. Look on my page. I just was a part of yesterday a Mother's Day celebration for my black community. Literally yesterday.
Yeah,
And I was there, right? So my
yeah.
thing is this when it comes down to it, people are more mad at me speaking on the thuggery that's happened in our community versus the actual guy who pulls the trigger. And to me, that's super counterproductive because if right now, bro, if I say, yo, Apollo, you say,
Hmm.
yeah. And I say, real talk, bro. How would you feel if I came online defending a rapist by saying, yo, man, that rapist had needs, man. He's a product of his environment. How would you view me?
I will view you as a culpable conspirator to that.
You view me as a weirdo, basically.
Yeah,
And that's how I view people who trying to make excuses for the thuggeries. Is my point.
That
Because the
is a
person
total
that commit,
stark
hold on,
difference from our
hold on,
blackness. It's not the
no, no,
same.
no, no,
It's
hold
not
on,
the
no,
same.
no, hold on. I'm going. This is what I'm saying to you.
Make the
If the
correlation, please.
no, hold on. So now, if it's a black guy who raped someone, raped a black woman, and then I said, "Come on, y'all, he's a product of his environment," and I make all kind of excuses, y'all would say, "Yo, Dance Matters, you on some BS, you're wilding," and you will be correct. So when you have black males doing drive-bys, hitting up the community centers, hitting up the part where our kids can't play, and I call that out, somehow y'all get mad at me for calling that out, and then make excuses for those individuals by saying they don't have opportunity or lack resources or they're part of their environment. So
Right. So what
therefore,
you're saying is
so, so,
your
so
approach is to
therefore,
make
I view y'all
accountability.
the same exact way you would view me for the being a rapist.
Fine. Okay. So basically, you're saying that is because you don't act accordingly on code. Do you know what that means? And I'm not going to put it in quotations. You know what on code means, right?
That's, on code is a myth.
See, and that is a stark difference because on code is not a myth. That doesn't even that's something that exists in every paradigm of everybody's life form. There's a code to everything. There's a genetic code. That's what it's called. And to be the
So
apex of your code, hold on. Do you know what it means to be on code? You just
no,
sat right there and
so
said it's a
explain
myth.
to me.
You'll sit there and contradict yourself. For example, do you understand that you have power in your skin? You didn't choose it, but do you understand that you have power in your skin and your lineage? Yes or no?
Yes, because I'm a human.
Do you understand with great power comes what?
Great responsibility.
Do you understand that you are misusing your responsibility? That's
I
it.
am not.
You are.
I am not.
You are
So now,
misappropriating blackness with what you think is the proper way to get it. Understand this. No one will sit here of your skin tone and justify anything you're doing. You can look at your comments right now. Look at your comments. Look at your audience. Look at the people who gravitate to what you're doing. These are not people who look like you. I'm telling you, it's proof
so let me ask you a
in your
question.
face. Go ahead.
So explain to me what's on code mean.
So on code for anybody is someone who recognizes the actual standard of whatever you live through. For example, I don't know you from a can of paint, but I do know what I see, and you and I could be closely related. If right now, if we walked in the street together, I'm like, yo, this is my cousin, it wouldn't be in question. You right now are misappropriating the fact of your fashion. Where that one glove come from? A black man. Your sachet jacket, a black man. Your frontwards fitted with the cuff, a black man. This comes from your origins of struggles that you've never witnessed. But the first thing you would do is talk to our degeneracy. You know who also did that? A white T man that had no business doing it, and guess what happened? He got unalived by his own. Not even paying attention to his own business. He created a narrative that you keep perpetuating. Yes, you can be successful, black man. Yes, you can speak to our degeneracy, but you do not make it a megalomania. You don't do that. Don't put that
All
on
right,
a
now.
social platform because it perpetuates one thing. This one black man recognizes that we aren't great, this, that, and the third. Look at you. You aren't, you can be a fashion icon without speaking to the degeneracy of your own people, bro. And that's my problem with you.
But here the thing is, bro, I am a fashion icon, and I'm telling the truth at the same time. Y'all act like a black man's supposed to have a one-track mind, which to me is rude as hell to me. Because think about it, right? So let me explain why I said the on code is a myth. Because the on code in our neighborhood is no snitching. That's also on code. But we know that these thugs snitch on each other every day. Hold on, I'm going to no, hold on. I'm giving different forms on code. So I'm saying is right. They expect me to go on to be on a code that I didn't even subscribe to. And the code they want me to say is that basically don't call out your own. But at the end of the day, I grew up all the time when Big Papa and Big Mama will call out their own in the community for doing bad. That's when we had the village mentality. Now it's something we got this culture that we can't call out our brothers and sisters in public and doing a crime in public. But we are literally celebrate the mothers. who chastise their children in public when they do wrong. But for some weird reason, I can't call out a person who pulls their trigger in public when they do wrong, or else I am an Uncle Tom Coon sellout. But no one calls these thugs that doing drive-by, selling actual smokes to the community, my family included. No one calls these people sellouts who actually sold out smokes to the community. So my point is, when it comes down to it, we have to understand there's a difference. Like Chris Rock said, you have ends and you have black people. I'm telling people that it is a difference. And if you name a king, bro, that cannot call out its own people in public, name this king.
Malcolm X.
I said, name this king who can't do this.
Malcolm X.
I'm
I
lost.
was waiting for that question. Malcolm X. Name a king who can't call out his people. Malcolm X.
I said, good. He did.
He did not.
They took his life for it.
See how you contradicted yourself just that quick?
No, I'm
You
making a
just
point to
asked me.
you.
You just asked me. Name a king that can't call out his people. I gave you one, and then you said what his result was. Here's the reality of it. Here's his reality. If you read the
Prove my
autobiography,
point. Prove my
here's the
point.
autobiography. Be willing to unalive for the same things that people won't agree with. What I'm telling you is this: you have that same power, bro. You are misusing and misappropriating it. You're already trying to gain traction to what you're doing from the degeneracy of us. Listen, everybody has these horrible things in their community. You as a black man, you know what your prowess should be? Damn, I have issues in my community. I'll be silent and fix my burning house from the inside versus being so vocal and making it. Do you understand this? Do you understand the stats of this? 2% of our degeneracy of the 14.7 population versus you're making it with a voice like yours of 50%. You understand that? Where you think you get the 1350 stupid mathematical thing to? Dude, you are literally a 1% of our economy when it comes to the black society. You know you can literally sit right there and link up with me off this app. Here's the 1v1. People view you away, and you need to realize what your power is, bro. You really need to do. You know why I called you horse mouth? Because you know what a horse does? They bite. Look, with their great teeth, they bite onto something and it controls every single thing they do. You can't, you're being controlled because you're wanting to be the one of the masses. You're doing it in reverse. You want change, you want productivity, what you should do. And this is me just telling you, and I know you're not going to listen, is stand in your blackness, good or bad, and deliver the message another way.
All right, now watch this. You know what horses also do? They're one-track mind when you put a carrot in front of their face. They can't see nothing else but this. And once you put that
Blinders.
victimhood in front of their
Correct.
face, they're
Mhm.
only going to see victimhood. My thing is, that's what I'm saying. My thing is, I am telling people about the carrot in front of the horse face. I'm trying to warn you what's going on, but mind you, somehow I'm the issue for doing this. Well, mind you, the whole king point I was making to you is
Mhm.
that a king is supposed to call out his people no matter what, in public or private. So my thing is, I asked you that question and you gave Malcolm X. I said can't. I didn't say could. You said Malcolm X couldn't. And I'm telling you,
No,
he
you
actually
said
did
name
that.
one king that could.
No, I said couldn't. Could not.
No, okay, you said name one king that couldn't call out his people, and they hit. I gave you one.
No, but my point is, but he
Hmm.
did. That's the point I'm making to you. He actually
And
did do
what
this.
was the result? He
No,
was
no, no,
on the
no, no,
live
no,
for it, and he
no, but
said it before
no,
it
but my
happened
point. No, my point is,
because he knew
he
his
could.
power. You have to
No,
learn your power,
no,
black man.
no,
Learn it.
let me what I'm saying to you, bro. What I'm saying to you is because he called the people out, his own unalived him. The same way right now, when I call out people doing wrong, people like you insult me. Y'all no different than the people that unalive Malcolm X, but yet you said you on Malcolm
I
X side.
didn't
You either
unalive
no,
him.
hold on, no, hold on. You're obviously not because if you was, then you will understand what exactly what I'm talking about.
I understand fully. That's why you're given misinformation right here. Look at the mouth. His own didn't unalive him. Do you understand how many FBI federal investigations that man had to go through and was willing to fight, bro? That's not something you're willing to do because you're sitting right here trying to call a degeneracy of black people, which is 2% of the 14.7% population.
That's my
That's
point.
literally 100,000 versus
That's
a
the
million,
point.
but you can't do
That's my
that.
point.
And guess what? The same person who also tried
Thank you.
your approach, they got popped in the neck by their own. Malcolm X did not unalive from his own people. He had the FBI, he had the CIA. These are people who don't want your progress. And the fact that you don't speak to your own people's progress is a digression to your own blackness. And you won't understand that because you think in a perfect world that black people are just not going to commit crimes. Black people are not going to be anything. Let me
Missing the
tell you the
point, bro.
biggest crime in America that you try to overlook. Black people have always had to fight from behind. You're right now, to this day, you're considered 1/3 human. Do you understand that? You are only a vote. You are not a human being, and you speak to the degeneracy of the people who put this on you. You need to find yourself. I don't want you to have a one-track mind. I need you to have a multi. I am the same type of black man as you, except I love my blackness so much. Look at your comments. Look at your comments, and
But
it
watch
will
this.
give you a
Go ahead.
prime example. No, look at your comments. Look
I'm
at
reading it.
people
Go
who
ahead.
follow you.
We here, bro.
I
Go
want
ahead.
you to understand this. There are people who will hate that what I'm saying because here's the true reality of it. They will support you and do everything as long as you keep cooning, tap dancing for any people. And you're not a coon for speaking to the degeneracy. You're a coon for sitting there trying to minimize what black men are because I can show you something right now. Here you go, right? I'll give you a one wonder. Black people own that. A black man owns that. A black woman owns that. And that is a multi-property house that most of these poor don't know nothing motherfuckers ever do anything.
All
Do
right, now watch this.
nothing. Do nothing. And guess what? For every
Hold on,
one of
Paulo.
those, there's
Let me,
200,000
Apollo,
and a million more, man. You have to protect your
Apollo.
people.
You have let me respond. You prove my
And I'm
point.
mute.
That
Got you.
you prove my point. That's why I let you talk. Because my whole point was, it's not most black people doing the degeneracy. It's around 2%. That's my whole point. I've always been saying that the whole time, but y'all keep ignoring that because you know why? Y'all live on the selective perception. Y'all only focus on things that triggers y'all. I have always said this. Only 2% doing most of everything. And it's not most black people. We get painted with the 2%. And when I call out the 2%, people like you defend it by shaming me for doing so. And that is super counterproductive. For example, if a person have a cancer, would it be best to ignore the cancer or trying to find a cure for the cancer? The answer will be trying to find the cure for the cancer. And when you find the cure for the cancer, you have to identify the cancer first before you can even find a cure or solution. So my thing is, y'all want me to just ignore this but find a solution. No, I gotta identify it, then find a solution. I always give the problem and solution, but a lot of people get triggered from me talking about the problem and then leave. Every time I think about it, I give a solution. Every time. But watch this, right? You just said your blackness. That's the problem. Because you're prioritizing your blackness versus actual logic with human life. Therefore, you become tribal. And when you become tribal, a lot of times you become extreme. Not saying all the time, you become extreme. So when you become extreme, you will go against another black person who just think different from you. I, the fact that you think different, I appreciate that because I can learn from you. Because if we have everyone having the same echo chamber talking points, we will never grow. I need an Apollo to exist. And you show people that your black people own that house. That's my goal, to own one of those, right? And I told black people, no, you're not a victim. You go out there and get it. I know people who was ex-thugs that came home and doing way better than me. And I'm saying, yo, look at my brother over here, y'all. Look at him. This is what I'm talking about. And then I big them up. Like Malcolm X was an ex-con. What happened? He came home, did his thing. right? I tell people how to be victors, not victims. And people get mad because they want to stay and frolic in victimhood. And I'm saying, if you're an actual victim, then I ain't talking about you at all. But the ones that's not a victim, who can actually control their own life, I am telling people how to do this and get to point A to point B and point C. The difference is you got people like you that will call me a raccoon and Uncle Tom and South, right? And my
Not
thing
an
is
Uncle
this:
Tom, because Uncle Tom actually. But go ahead.
is a hero. He's actually a hero, right? So
Yeah.
my thing is, when it comes down to the raccoon situation, right? They call me this, whatever. But then I ask, why would people want to collaborate with people who keep insulting them because of their points of view? Y'all are actually actively dividing other black people because we're just trying to have an understanding
Mm,
with conversation with y'all
mm,
for the betterment for the people.
right.
I go about it different, you go about it different, but the common goal should be the improvement of black life.
Right. So look, this is I'm just giving you a prime example of what you and I go through. I call you a coon for sure, because I see you cooning. When you want to
What's
sit
cool
right
mean?
there and you denigrate, you want to
What's cool
denigrate.
mean?
Cooning means to denigrate. That's I was going to give you the definition. To denigrate your own people because no, they you denigrate your own people because it doesn't appeal to what the masses ideas are. That's why it's a coon thing. For example, you become an individual. You just right there, you said I put my blackness first and then it becomes tribalism, right? What I'm
No,
telling
I said
you,
we get extreme.
excuse me.
It becomes extreme, then it becomes
Okay,
tribalism.
so how about this? Where the fuck was your antennas when the extreme atrocities was happening to people that look like you and me? All the way up until 2020 when we had to have riots, marches, and everything because the same thing has been happening over time. Okay, we didn't live through it, right? We didn't live through it. That's the first argument. Forgive and forget. Bro, I am an individual who sees this shit going on. You cannot ask me. You cannot expect me to forgive, forget, move on. I cannot do that. You know why? Because it denigrates what I didn't even choose to be inflicted upon me. And this is what I ask you, Dance, because one thing I can say, I don't have to like you, but I have to respect you. I actually like you, but I don't respect you because I like what I hear from you. I like what you're trying to do, but I don't respect you as your approach. I don't respect what you as a man, and I don't have to, nor do you have to respect that. But here's one thing. Here's the stark difference between us is that we have to get to a place of respect. And you have said some things just now where I can now respect it because now I'm putting it in perspective. But when I look at things that you're saying, I'm telling you, a man like you and a man like me in the street, we got a different fight. But I'll tell you right now, our plight is the same. I'll never talk down on my people. I'll never talk to, even listen. We all love people who do degenerate shit. I don't care the skin code. I know this. When I'm staying on code, the world, the rest of the world outside of you and me will pinpoint and target, oh, you are the worst kind of person because of this. You are the worst kind of this, that, and that. You know what I did? I didn't dox myself. I just showed you that black people can achieve and do this, that, and the third. Maybe, just maybe, if you speak to the prosperity or the contributions of what black people do, just maybe you'll grab a bigger ear on a better ear. You always speak down to your people, and I get it. You're calling out and you want accountability. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Apollo, you prove my point again. Because I do what you just now told me I should do. I do this, but y'all literally, once again, the key words are selective perception. Y'all only focus on that. It's on my page when I give things to black people in a good light. But y'all ignore it because Dance Matters, you have a prejudice towards Dance Matters, which is fine. Because today, hopefully, after the 101, your mind will open up a little more. You said, and I wrote it down, you said basically um, you basically don't need to forgive white people for what they put black people through, right? What you were saying. So watch this. So why should I forgive the thuggery in my community when I got cut in the face for no reason? My boy got pew pew for no reason. My boy got pew pew again, lost life for no reason. Drive-bys been happening in my neighborhood. But mind you, I'm living in direct trauma from people who look like me. But y'all expect me to be on cold with people pulling triggers on innocent people. But mind you, I must forgive these people, but you, who never went through no type of Jim Crow laws or 400 years of slavery, you can't forgive. Now, I'm not saying you should forgive. That's all on you. But what I'm saying to you is that what I am going through, what about, I'm a product of my environment. What about that?
Okay,
Also,
so
I find that,
so
hold
wait,
on,
wait. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
hold on. So I find it weird that all these people, as harming black people,
Yep.
we make up excuses and these people who have the grace and they're the product of their environment. But how come Dan Smash can get that same grace that he's a product of his environment because of the trauma he went through by the people who share the same hue as him?
Now this is, and I get that. This is my this is I want you to understand my significance to this. Did they unalive your people simply because the way they look? Everything that happened to you, did that happen because simply they were born in the body they were in, their skin, or was it circumstantial stuff? It could even be nonsense. But was it because they were the way they looked? No.
Both.
No.
Both.
Wait. No. Was it or not?
Both.
Okay, we'll go with both. But was it simply because of the way they looked, the way they were born? No. No, sir.
Yes.
You mean to tell me
I have a
another
friend.
black
Hold
dude
on.
walked up on another
I
black
have
dude
a
and say, "Yo,
friend.
you so black, I hate you." Pow.
No. All right, watch
Okay.
this. I had a friend
hmm
who was on
Now
the
we're gonna be
LGBT.
anecdotal. Go ahead.
No. You said give me an example. You brought it to me, so I'm giving you my example. I
Sure.
have a friend who's on the hey side, and he would get attacked just because he's a gay black man, which
Not
makes
gay
no
black
sense
man,
at
just
all.
gay. That's different. That is different, and you know it.
No, you
And
said
you
for who he
know it.
is. So no, for what he look
That's
like.
their own
Understand?
fight.
No, hold on.
You don't
For
you
what he
don't
look
you
like.
don't come you
No,
don't
hold
come
on.
about you
I get what you're
do
saying.
not
No,
come
hold on.
about
No,
talking,
hold on.
oh, I
I
don't
get what
like
you.
homophobes. You don't do that. You
No.
never do
Hold
that,
on.
sir.
Hold on. I'm getting somewhere, bro. They like the way this guy wearing girl clothes or how he twisting when he walk.
That has
So my
nothing
point.
to do with your blackness, sir.
No, hold on. You said how he look. So but I said both because I know what you're doing. And you about
What
he's a gay
you're
black.
doing is trying to
You know what I'm saying?
deflect.
No, hold on. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get to the second point I'm making. So
No,
what
get
I'm
to the
saying to
first
you
point.
is, so yes, I'm getting to you that I also have other black friends who get attacked by Hispanic people in my
I said
community as
black on
well.
black, and that's my problem with you. Let's stick to you
No,
and me.
bro,
Black
I'm
man
trying to
right
give you
here.
an
I'm
example,
assaulting you right now
bro.
verbally. I'm whipping your ass, by the way.
You're not. Cause
Because I'm making my point
bro,
valid
you're
to you.
cutting me
And
off,
all you no, what you
bro.
just did is you deflected. I said black,
I'm
stick to
not.
the black
I
struggle.
am. I'm trying to get to
Go
that
ahead.
point. You remember I said both. I'm explaining the both. And I'm saying, so mind you, because I said both because I was giving you a type. Now I'm going to get to the actual skin color part. When we in our community, we have something called colorism. And we have other black people that don't like other black people because they might be darker, or in the reverse situation, or they're light-skinned blacks. I have light-skinned black people who get attacked by darker black people just because they're light-skinned. So there you have it. Just because they were born this way, you had that in the black community also. That's why I said both.
Okay. So if I speak again, what the fuck
I
was
spanked
that?
you.
Look. Do you understand that you're actually representing you're representing the bias in this. For example, why are you wearing the one white glove? Do you know why Mike Jack did that? I think you do. What was the
Yes,
staple? Because of because of what?
skin condition. Vitiligo.
Okay, the Villalago. You see what I'm saying? That was him saying, "Yo, I don't want people to view me a certain way." In the black community, you have one point here. Yes, you have one point. And hey, Nick Nack, I don't want to change his mind. He just introduced Hispanics. He introduced uh, sexuality, and I only stuck to one thing. This is why I know I'm cooking you. You offered a
Yeah,
1v1. So how about this? I think
I'm
we could
cooking
do this.
you.
I think you're so passionately about what you think for so long, and I know I am passionate. And guess what? You may have a point, and so do I. But I'm gonna do one thing that you may not ever do.
Go ahead.
Black man, you're Martin. You're Doctor. You're the Honorable Doctor Martin Luther King. I am the Honorable Minister Malcolm Al Shabazz Malik X.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we come? Where do we come to a civil medium? Not agree to disagree, but a civil medium. Yes, we don't need to. My stance to what I agree with you is yes, we don't need degeneracy on this good Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the good queens, black queens in the comments and all the mothers in the comments. But we come to a civil discourse right here. Where do we come to? How about this? I'll stop being so harsh on my indifferences to what societal views are, and you stop speaking ill about the black people, but sit there behind the scenes because people doing the work, you'll never know it. And you come and you fix the black degeneracy here, and we'll work together.
All right, hit a thing, right? And reason
Not
why
white
I
queens.
can't do
That's the
that.
white. Hold on. Let me. I said the other women. I said black queens with a exponent above them. I'm excelling on them, but all mothers, but especially my black women. That's all. All right. What? It's Happy Mother's Day to all women, but
Yo,
especially
that's some nah.
the black
That's
queens.
some Umar Johnson stuff, man. When he said "Black Queens
Hey,
forever, Snow Bunnies never," that's in that category, bro. That's in that.
and why am I wrong, bro? Yo, you know what snow bunnies used to do to our people? Yo, I read a story about a snow bunny using a rocking chair as a decapitation tool. Did you like what?
No,
I
hold
can't
on.
never
No,
excuse that.
hold on. Now, hear me out, right?
Hmm.
The reason why I can't take your offer is for one main reason. Because the people in my community don't do the drive-bys the polite way. They don't do the robberies and rapes the polite way. They don't do the robbing kids at the corner store the polite way. They don't wear the pooh shiesties the polite way. So these are the people I'm talking about. Remember, not the black people. These are degenerates is a subgroup of us. And I
Hmm.
must call that out so we can find a cure or something to minimize that. Because as long as we ignore it, every year it is it's growing, it's growing, it's growing. That's why I really can't stand, to be perfectly honest, a lot of extreme liberals. Because they are a part of the problem. They create this situation on no, you know why? That shit is ran by a toxic matriarch and soy boys. And it makes no sense because now we're in a category that we want to give help versus saying, no, I condemn you and then get help. They want people to just give them help. No, you gotta condemn them first. Now let me ask you a question. Do you believe my talking point is a white tea supremacist talking point?
No, because it's coming out of a black man's mouth. No. Of course, some people misuse their shit too. You're not the only one that misuses their blackness. I'm not going to say that. But I am a thinking man,
What
and
is the
I'm
black
educated. I'm
what is the
informed, bro.
blackness?
You said what?
like
I missed that part.
what what is the blackness?
So my blackness comes with power. I can't help that I love me and people who look like me, regardless of their shortcomings. I'm not gonna sit there and call out the degeneracy because we don't have the ability to do so. You can sit there and do it all the way. You want to be the separatist, you can do that all you want. But let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. Look, hey, Harriet Tubman, what she said? Only if they knew. Only if they knew they would have chose different. And I just simply have to go with that too. You think, bro? You know what? Look, this is a great community behind me. But let me explain something to you. This town that I live in, that I'm sitting here dripped up in, bro. I come from struggle, but I don't never utilize that as a weapon to say if I'm better or anybody else is. But I want you to do this. I'm gonna tell you, I'm on 4%. We can continue this conversation. I don't want the phone to die. But I do want you to do
Hold on,
this.
before
I
you,
want
hold
you to
on,
do this. Look at your comments after and look at the people who are supporting that narrative. And I just want you
all
to
right,
own
and
that.
I got you. And before you leave, can you welcome back, bro?
Absolutely. Listen, I'm coming back.
Yep.
We'll set it up. We'll do whatever we have to do. But trust and believe you me. We have to come to a consensus. Look, all in my background, I got the mixture around.
But listen, bro, what I'm gonna say before you leave, correction, love is in the correction. So when me trying to condemn
Yeah.
for correction shows you that I love my people so much that I'm willing to put my life on the line and my colon on the line to save black life. But y'all don't see it that way because you know why?
Yeah.
A lot of y'all in y'all feelings for what I'm saying versus if I'm saying factual information. But before your phone die, bro, salute to you, bro.
No, salute to you, and we'll continue this again. Hey, anybody that showed up late, y'all know how Apollo come. I'm coming with a head full of steam. I say whatever. This is not for the show. This is me having a one-on-one with this. This was long overdue, by the way. We doing this. You hear me? Hey, we got to do it again. And the next one, we have to come to a civil discourse, and I'm here for it. All right, respect to you. Come on, kids. Let's go.
I
Yes, sir.
That was a good conversation, man. But I still gave him a spanking with his glove on.